So from my operating career and founding career, I've always run bootstrap profitable companies. So I haven't been in the valley of debt.
How biased are you when it comes to looking at founders?
And we always talk about it, right? The ecosystem hasn't evolved as we don't have those big founders.
Thank you for inviting me here, Pushkar. I'm Nikhil. I'm the founder and managing partner of Nirman Ventures. We are a venture capital fund based out of the US, but now getting active in India. I got my bachelor's here. Went to the US like many kids, some 20 years ago, and went for my graduate studies. Got a master's. Started my journey working grassroots in the industry. So I'm a construction person. I studied civil engineering, and from there on, I worked in some odd jobs in construction, but learned a lot. Then moved on, joined a startup in New York. After that, moved to California, joined a large corporation, Siemens. Worked there for 5 months, and 5 months in, I realized it's not the real job that I wanted. It's like very bureaucratic, and I was like, fuck it, let's turn life short.
Sure.
And I wanted to launch my own company, and I turned in my resignation. And as I say, love favors the brave. The same day, I get a call from my manager, the CEO, and I ended up getting a contract. So I didn't have a company, so I was rushing to found a company now, but in a good position because I had a contract. So I founded a company within construction and led it as a CEO for 9 years.
Wow.
And transitioned. I'm still shareholders of my companies over there in the US, and then transitioned into an investor. So angel invested along the journey and eventually chose venture capital and assessed a few other funds that I could join. And I thought, I'm a builder. So maybe I build my own fund and get the right partners. So alongside my partners, we are here. It's been 2 years journey since we started Nirman Ventures, and it's a very Indian name, Sanskrit name, and it literally translates into construction.
So, were there certain theses that you had in mind before you built your fund?
Yeah. So one was, just like we look for founder market fit,
Sure.
there's a VC market fit also.
Sure.
So we had a VC market fit because that's the industry we understood. The second thing we assessed was, were there any other operator turned VCs, and how many? Very few we found. So that became our secret sauce, right?
Sure.
Because why would founders come to us? So we have to really, because, as a VC, we've got to be front facing in the best deals.
Sure.
So that desirability or the demand was already there in the market. And the third thing is, it's a large enough market. It's very large. It's $14 trillion
Wow.
worth of work globally that happens. It's the largest GDP. And then we also transitioned now, and we've expanded our thesis a little bit into energy transition and into mining and logistics and some defense, because these are all legacy industries and with overlapping technological focus, right? So it's like deep tech, a robot that works on a mine, the same terrain is on a construction site.
Sure.
Right? So if something has been proved out in the defense sector, let's say a drone, if it's GPS denied, one of our startups is doing just that in Bangalore, and the same drone and the same tech capability is able to work in a tunnel because it's, again, GPS denied environment,
Sure.
or within a building while they're constructing, right? So that's kind of the thesis where, legacy industries, they need to rapidly adapt now, especially with the AI revolution. Things will change, and not that many people are choosing these industries. Whenever you ask like a civil engineer, why did you pick civil engineering? Half of them, they're going to say that they didn't get anything better.
I think quality of life is overall going to improve because of access to resources. A lot of people get access to things like car, steel, whatever. Chaos, then there's going to be a lot more people vying for a lot more resources. There's going to be abundance, right? So at one end of the spectrum, there is abundance, but at the other end of the spectrum, the chaos compounds a lot faster. How is that going to affect construction? How is that going to affect industrial output, manufacturing?
I think two theories of what's happening with energy side of things. One thesis is, one lobby is that we keep burning natural resources like, coal and oil and, fracking. US has started fracking now again.
Sure.
And I'm sure Trump is going to double down on it basically. Because of course there's inflation. You come to the US, you see gas prices gone, it's double. It's double, yeah, pre-COVID basically. So why, again, when we have oil reserves, why do you want to bank on things that is not helping your citizens and people right now? But, there has to be a fine balance. And then there's renewable, but then there are not many countries that are blessed with land. Like solar panels requires a lot of land. Saudi Arabia, you look at them, they have land, they have sun, they have
Capital.
and they have capital, but also they don't
They also don't
do too much with that land.
Yeah.
It's so hot, damn hot there.
Yeah.
So for them, it makes sense. But you go to a UK, it's like land is pricey, right? Or you go to Hong Kong or Singapore,
Yeah.
where the hell are they going to put solar panels, right? So for them, what is the solution? The solution comes, we have a solution. How are submarines powered?
Yeah.
It's nuclear energy.
Nuclear energy.
Micronuclear reactors. This is the future. We've figured out we're putting our sailors, military folks, into those submarines for several months, and we think it's safe. Then why are those micronuclear reactors not safe? Why do we want to build these dinosaur of reactors that take 20, 25 years to build?
Yeah.
Right. So I think the thinking is going to change, and now it's changing a lot. Things here are very different. Someone sitting in America, never traveled to India, commenting about India is, I think we should block that. Come and live here. Come and see what the vast majority of population go through every day.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough money that they can buy a meal sometimes. And how dare you even talk about using the top-notch battery and solar technology? It's, they're right to first get powered up, first, get access
Yep.
to, power. But then, also looking at the environment, we have to make a plan. So I think these lobbies will come up with their own plan, which understand their own geographies better. I've recently, last year, I think I went to Roorkee, joined their startup pitch day. Also spoke with the students there. I think there's a lot happening in these universities,
Yeah.
and they don't have the right channels right now. I think, there's also a little bit of predatory mindset with some, which is great, which is an opportunity for us
Yeah.
to come and standardize things and clean things up. And also, be true to what the mission is.
Sure.
We tell the founders, listen, we don't want your equity if you're not investing. Don't give that to anybody unless someone is really adding value. Most of the time we see startups here, they're like, cap table is fucked up.
You see that there's enough opportunity out there, and you wake up every day and you can find interesting founders. What keeps you going?
The founder energy. So I lost it. I lost that because, I did that very early on in my career.
Sure.
And I think I was looking for that energy, to be around that energy.
Sure.
And, they give me the power every day. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I love what I do. I love, you can't take me out of this.
Yeah.
There'll be fight. And so, I think it's just that I'm so passionate about what I do. So yes, building a fund or a firm like a Kleiner Perkins or,
Sure.
A16Z or whatever might take 25 years. But that doesn't stop us from doing what we love we're doing.
Sure.
So as long as you enjoy the process,
Sure.
right? And after 25 years, if I build what, who do I give it to?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, the Kleiner Perkins and all these guys might want to give it to someone. Our mission is different. Our mission is to support right now, get involved with the best deals. Yes, produce great returns for our LPs. That's, of course, the primary thing. But also there is a purpose why we're here. And, as long as we enjoy the process, it's great.
What's the biggest difference you see between Indian VCs and US VCs? Because this is one of our favorite topics.
He started with a laugh, so it gets interesting.
So half of the VCs in India, you discount them. They're not even VCs. They've launched something. They're not investing. So if you look at their active investors, there's nothing, right? And they're doing angel stuff and, sharkish shit. You also go to Shark Tank India. There are a few folks, we know it very closely because we bought in from one of that deals that they promised to fund. They don't fund. So a lot of these things happen. And I understand there's a diligence process that everybody has to go through, but this is beyond diligence process. This is just a mindset of, brokering deals rather than investing. So, that's one difference. In the US, I'm not saying there are not such people, but it's a more mature market. So founders ask questions too.
Yeah.
Right.
Founders are not afraid to ask questions,
Yeah.
right? And we welcome those. We welcome those questions from founders. So I think, in general, I think US is more mature because it's been there for a long time. Everybody comes there. It has a good mix of ecosystem. of various VCs from all over the world coming. So India is, I think, lagging there. The funding mechanisms in India died too long, not standardized. SHA is like 60-page document, 60 to 70 pages. We finish a deal in the US, early stage, 7 pages.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 pages, safe note, signed, done. Right? Even if it's not a safe note, like, shareholder agreement, signed, done. Right? It's very easy, very quick. And so I think Europe, you see 20 to 30 pages. So you can just tell by the number of pages. So 1 to 10 US,
Yeah.
20-ish in Europe, and this is 60, 70 pages. And when you look at early stage deals here and their SHA and you go through the matrix, rights matrix, dude, they've taken their first one.
Yeah.
It's like, give me this, give me that, give me reserve matter rights for shit money.
Yeah.
25 lakh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's
And founders,
crazy.
they don't have a choice, right? So they end up giving that away. And I understand also from the VC's perspective, because founders are not yet that mature to, manage VC money. But I think you are building a trust, right? So you should trust those founders. And if there are trust issues, you should not be investing in them.
Exactly.
In the first place.
You have also worked with Indian founders, US founders.
Yes.
What are the biggest differences? Because we talk about investors, US and Indian founders, US founders. Biggest differences.
Founders are the same. A little bit more finesse. It's because the Indian founders have not been trained enough. So I think what, Pushkar, you're conducting in your workshops, and now we're going to do physical workshops together. I think, this is going to help more founders learn, like, okay, what not to do. And sometimes, it's just the presentation. Like, we literally had a case study. One of our portfolio companies was in Dubai pitching at a global stage over there. And, about 100 startups were there and 200,000 attendees, massive conference. And these guys came out winners. But if you look at the first version of their deck, you'd be like, oh my God, like, it's all words. It's 3-minute presentation. So, they've never been trained that how do you go and command the stage? Go up, center of the stage.
Sure.
Take your team, take more people. Like, okay, this is what I do. I come from prestigious institutes. Now the world knows IIT. Now it's not in, back in the day. And my business partner, our other GP in the fund, Greg Wallace, also, one of my closest friends, and, we colluded and, worked on Nirman together. So he told the startup that their pitch was originally that we are from IIT. IIT is like the MIT of the US.
Yeah.
This guy says, no, switch it. Say, we're from IIT. MIT is the IIT.
Exactly.
yeah.
It's storytelling.
Right?
And it's
And
impact. Yeah.
That stuck. That
Yeah.
stuck. So after that presentation, some of the people came and said, that stuck with us.
Yeah.
Right? So be proud, wear your pride on your sleeves.
Nikhil, this was really insightful. Thanks for taking the time out. And I'm sure that people like you and us collaboratively can help a lot of founders. Everybody, please like, share this podcast. And we are in this beautiful place provided by Beehive. They've been excellent space sponsors. See you next time.